Hi everybody, this is the website boy again with a JavaScript complete essentials video. Alright, today we're going to be doing number 12, the else and the else if statements. This is going to be an awesome tutorial. It's going to be short and sweet like all my tutorials, and you're going to love it. Alright, so this is a if statement right here, and basically this is actually testing if this is true, right? So if number one is bigger that number two, I want you to print this out. This is all this code is saying, right? So if we go to the browser and we refresh, yes, it is. It's going to print that out because it is true. But what about if it wasn't true? If it wasn't true, we need to use something called else statement, right? And we need to print something like alert. Let's say we can print whatever we want, right? But in this case, it is not, right? So if we refresh, we still get this because this is still true. But if it was false, we refresh, then we get the else statement, right? So we got that. Now, what if you wanted to test another condition here, right? So if I wanted to test another condition, there is something called an else if statement, all right? And all you got to do is enclose it in parentheses like you did with the if statement, and then say test your condition, whatever you want to test. For example, this, and we say equals to number 3, and then you can print whatever you want in here, or you can execute whatever code you think. It is the same, right here, it is the same, right? And if we go ahead and make this the same, we refresh, and then we get this code right here. If it wasn't true, we can also print something out. Now let me show you something else. Let's say, for example, we want to test that this condition is not the same. All you got to do is change the first equal into a exclamation, and then if you refresh, you get the bottom one, because if it's not true, it's not going to print this out, and it's going to print the default, which is the else. All right, so make sure you got now this down. All right, so let's say, for example, you want to test another condition. Let's just go ahead and actually I'm going to open this up. Let's test, for example, let's go here and say if number 1, number 4 actually, right? And number 4 is equals to number 3, and you can say and number 1 is bigger than number 2, right? This is how you can test multiple conditions in one if statement, right? You could do that, and you say these conditions are true, right? But if they're not, we provide an else statement here, and we say something like these conditions are not true, right? So we refresh, these conditions are true. So number 4 and number 3 are equal. Number 1 and number 2, number 1 is actually bigger than number 2. But if for some reason I would flip this around like this and refresh, these conditions are not true. If one of them, so basically if number 4, these two conditions have to actually be true in order for this to be print out. If not, they get the else statement. Now you can also test if one of them is actually true, then you can print something out. And the way you do that is with this 2 lines like this, close to your return enter key, on top of your enter key. All right, so what you're saying is if number 4 equals number 3 or number 1 is less than number 2, I want you to print this out. All right, so that's how you do that. And you can also, another thing that you can do with if state with these statements here is, let's say, for example, you have an if statement, else statement. I always have a problem saying if statement, whatever. But anyway, if let's say you have this if statement here and you are printing something out, right? doing something here, blah blah blah. You can also go to the bottom and use another if statement and print something out. You can actually nest it in there and print something out here. It's pretty cool because you can use as many if statements as possible. Now don't get used to it, because later on I'm going to show you another way that you can use. If you're gonna test one condition, I'm gonna show you something else that you can use instead of using many if statements. All right, so you can come here, say first statement, right, and test your condition right here, and even have an else statement. All right, you can actually nest any as many as you want. You can come here, do a paste, and you can do it again. All right, inside one if statement. If you want to do that, you are welcome to do that. So anyways, I want to thank you for watching this tutorial. If this was able to help you out in any way, please like the video, let me know, give me some feedback, and let me know. All right, thank you so much. And if you want to keep learning JavaScript, go to the next tutorial. Bye bye.